Yes. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for taking your time out here. My warm regards to Principal Sir, Sir, and all the faculty members and all the students present here. I hope you are all safe and healthy during these times. So, first of all, I would really like to thank Professor Miraje for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all. So actually, you know what? I was in first year like a decade ago. When you say decade, it's like 10 years ago. And I wish that there were many things which were told me then, which would have helped me more to build the 4-year foundation. As Principal Sir said it rightly, you think you have a lot of time right now, but the time just flies. It's better to put it to use and a good use during these 4 years. So I hope I would give you those pointers to think on, work on, and that would be really helpful for you at the end of third year and when you sit for your placements. This would be a really helpful tool. So with this, I will just start my presentation. I hope you all can see my screen.
Yes, we can see, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you for the kind introduction. You all know, right? I have done my engineering from SCM Shishega, and after that I have worked for TCS. Then I did my MBA from Goa Institute of Management, and currently I'm working with IBM as a functional consultant for Oracle Cloud product. So just a minute. So the first thing what I want to share here is accept where you are. I know like most of you would be really happy to be here in this college and with your chosen streams, branches. And for few, it would be like I would have tried a little more harder. I wish I would have got into some another college, or I wish I would have got some another branch. That is your engineering stream. So at this point, when your first year is almost ended, I really want you to sit back and, accept where you are. Stop fighting with yourself and then realize that, okay, whatever branch that you are in right now, how you can make the most of it. At this time, it's much better to motivate yourself and work towards your future than still unnecessarily fighting with yourself that it would be much better to get into different branch, or my friend is in different college, he has got many opportunities. No, it's not like that. All opportunities are with you here also. So accept where you are and please think about what you want to do next. Don't stop that path from like you have those obstacles in your mind that no, I have stuck here. You are not stuck here. You are totally fine, and you can make the most of this. So the first point is grades do matter. We all know we need to give exams, we need to get good grades, but grades are not everything. This is coming from me after completing my engineering, after doing my MBA. What matters really is how much you have the practical knowledge. So pay more and more attention towards practical learning. If you are being taught any concepts, and now henceforward from second year you will be in like studying all dedicatedly towards your stream, say it's electrical, mechanical, electronics. If you are studying any concept, please look out for practical implementations. Please look out for industrial applications. That is the best where you can make yourself, stand out. In interviews, they don't ask you for definitions. They don't just go by your marks. It's more important how you can apply that in real life. So don't just go after work, grade. learn what is important, learn the concepts really well, and look out for, these days you have everything available on YouTube, on different great websites are there where you can understand the topics thoroughly in more detail. Make your friend circle like that, that okay, if this concept is taught, everyone will come up with at least one industrial application. You can discuss that in classes. Trust me, this will help you more than just your grades or marks on the mark sheet. Next thing is, don't be a frog in the well. You know, like when I was in my college, I clearly remember we used to have one technical festival pursuit, and that's it. We actually never tried to, connect with other colleges or friends in other colleges and understand what is happening there in world. There is so much to learn when you come to know from your different friends. So connect with your friends who are in different colleges. I'm sure you have great friends in different colleges and very prestigious colleges. Connect with them. Ask them what is going on in their college, what curriculum is happening. Participate in different inter-college conducts great tech fest every year. Don't just go there for the DJ night, but yes, participate in the competition. This will make you and your college proud. If you win those competitions, there are great add-ons to your CV that will really differentiate you from the others. And also, different competitions are organized by different IT companies, and you can really take participate in those competitions. They have good accreditation also in those competitions. If you cross certain levels, you get mentors, you can directly interact with industry experts, you can learn from them, and these are great opportunities to expand your horizon. So please don't limit yourself. Just don't be there in your friend circle. Expand your friend circle. Connect with more and more friends and participate in more and more competitions you can. Okay, so this is something very important to me that you should do it right now. That is open a LinkedIn account. LinkedIn is a social platform for all the working professionals. All working professionals come here, share their achievements, professional achievements, whatever they are doing in life. And this is great to motivate yourself and also to connect with people, connect with your alumni. That is a great opportunity. I'm sure many alumni of your college are working in great industries, great um, organizations. If you connect with them and if you tell them that we are looking for opportunities, they will help you for sure. Because trust me, even if I don't know someone who has just passed out from my organization, from my college, I'll still be there to help them, because it's a LM Connect, that he or she has passed out from my college. I know how hard that person must have worked. So your LMs can be a great resource when you want to, find industry like internships or even jobs. So connect with your alums there. Follow the organizations you want to work with. This will always keep you updated with all the recent things happening in organizations. Many organizations always release their news, anything new they have done on their LinkedIn accounts. You can just follow them and come to know what is happening in the organization. This will also give you an edge at the time of interviews. If an organization like say, TCS comes to your campus and they say that what you know about TCS, then instead of saying the lines which you have read from Wikipedia, the 4 5 lines which everyone will say, it's better you tell them about what recently TCS is doing, how TCS is bringing out their AI capabilities or cloud capabilities, how they are shaking hands with other organizations for betterment of the work. So this will always give you an edge over the other students. And at the same time, you can also follow industry leaders there. Industry leaders share their real-time experiences on their LinkedIn accounts, and it's great to know what is happening all around. So please open a LinkedIn account, connect with as many people as you can, and please remember it's a professional platform, and It's a great platform to connect with great people. Now, these basic things to learn are something which I think you should just start right away. And very important thing is nowadays engineering is not like one disciplinary thing, it's all interdisciplinary thing. If you talk about MRI machines to coffee machines, everything requires just not one engineer. It's a combined and hard work of different engineers working together to build a one concept. So it's better that you also have a knowledge of everything around you, and at least a basic knowledge to have a good hands with. So even if it's a mechanical engineer or an electrical engineer, I would request you to learn coding languages. That will help you in long run, trust me. So first thing is have learn PowerPoint. It's a great tool, and learn how to make good presentations. It's not just which will be required immediately, but it will always help you in long term. Excel is an excellent software, not just adding and subtracting, but it has its own mind. I'll tell you further few pointers about Excel. So please try to learn Excel. There are various websites from where you can learn Excel. It will always help you to work with a huge amount of data very easily. Coding languages like C, C++, Java are something very basic which all students should know irrespective of their branches. Because somewhere or the other, you will need to know how this code works, and then you will able to fix your things yourself. SQL is a database, query language. It's better to understand SQL also at this point, because at the end of the day, every software is backed up by its database. Database is somewhere everything is stored. So having a basic knowledge of how query works, how you can pull out the data from your database will always help you. And I am sure you obviously know about MATLAB and AutoCAD. I don't need to, empathize more on it. Just try to follow these points and don't leave anything. Have at least an introductory knowledge of everything. If you find interest in something, go ahead and explore more. So right now, when your first year is almost over and you have 2 whole years, like by final year, I think the final year starting the placement starts. So all what your goal should be for these 2 years is to become employable. There are many graduates in the market, but what organizations are looking for is employable professionals, people who have like having good communication and presentation skills, who you can train with, who have good willingness to learn. They are looking for such professionals. So please, like, be thorough with all your basics, whatever your branch is. At least have one subject area on which you have a good command, be it any subject area, but that should be like anything in and out you are good with, along with its practical applications, along with what is the latest improvements and development happening in the industry. You should know it very well, and your willingness to learn. Whatever happens, how much you learn, there is more and more to learn. So show those willingness to learn in interviews also. And trust me, you think there are 2 years, but this 2 years will just pass by. It's better to start early on. I'll keep on repeating this thing because there's nothing much you can emphasize on this point, that start from today itself, work on your communication, presentation skills. These things don't happen just overnight. You really need to invest your time in these. And when you are really good with everything, you stand out in the crowd. When the group discussion happens, if you are able to clearly present your points, if you are clearly able to convey your ideas, the interviewer is watching you. They notice all these small things. I'm sure you get good lectures and good emphasis on this all points in college also, but I'm just kind of repeating this for you to understand. These are really very important things. Don't neglect them. Then These are some top skills in demand. More than skills, these are concepts which have really come over time. And now the industries, mostly IT industry, is all working towards them. But yeah, these are also applicable in different industries. So first, if you say about machine learning, I'm sure you have heard about this term. Machine learning is a great concept which is in great demand right now. It's more or less about, like a pattern. A machine is able to understand what the pattern is going on, and machine learns on itself. So it's all about, developing those algorithms and building the logic on which machine learns. So a good example would be, if you scroll your mobile, there is Google Photos. If you go into albums, in albums, it has one option as people. And if you click there, and if you click on a particular picture of any your contact people, it will show all the photos in which that particular person is there. How does this happen? This is all machine learning, that many times your Google Photos will ask you, it will show you two photos and it will ask you, are they the same person? And you will say yes. And then the machine will learn, okay, these are the same person, so I need to make a cluster of all the photos in which this person is appearing. So this is the simplest example of machine learning. Please explore more. There is a lot more happening through machine learning, like the chatbots. If you go on any website, the chatbot just pops up. It asks you, "How are you? May I help you?" And if you type any response, the chatbot replies. It is all programmed. There is no physical interaction with it. So the chatbot is so well programmed that it knows what to answer you the next if what your question is. So this all happens through machine learning. The second thing is cloud computing. Cloud computing is nothing but, storing everything on internet instead of your computer hardware, right? So another example of cloud computing in our daily lives is Gmail. Gmail is an example of software as a service. So you can open your Gmail account through any computer. You don't need to open it through the same computer. Your mails are not stored anywhere in your system, but they are stored in the cloud, that is over the internet. That is the simplest example of cloud computing. Everything is working towards cloud computing these days. Why? Because it's great for small organizations, big organizations. You don't have any fear of losing your data because of the hard drive. So, like take an example of a small startup. If I'm opening a startup today, I need 10 computers. So I don't necessarily need 10, CPUs. I can just take that storage space on cloud through any vendor. IBM is also there, Microsoft is also there, and I can work on it. So if next day I need 100 systems, I can easily raise the request and get the 100 systems without physically investing anything, on the ground. Everything is on the internet, and I can access it through there. And if next day, if I don't need those 100 systems and I only need one system, I can just cancel my subscription. It is as simple as that. And just one more thing, if during all this presentation, if you find something which you can't understand and you need more clarity, please post it in the chat window, or please ask questions at the end of the presentation. I would be really happy to clarify them. Okay, so next thing is blockchain. Blockchain is something you must have heard with respect to, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin and blockchain has like spread the word together. So blockchain is a great concept. It's a concept of a distributed ledger. Ledger, you enter few things that this happened at this time. Like I gave money to person A on 20th August. Person A gave money to person B on 30th August. Like a ledger, debit credit. So what blockchain helps is, it's a distributed ledger which works over internet, and it can't be tampered. So if a block is created with a time span and with an information in it, so I can't go back and tamper that block. So this gives me the security that the entire information that is coming over the time period is not hampered at all, and it is true to its value. Blockchain has great implementation in supply chain industry right now, because many suppliers and many supply chain manufacturers are very concerned from where the raw material is coming, how it is procured. So the time that raw material is being procured, those informations are stored in the blockchain till the time they are delivered to the consumers. So consumers can actually see that this product is made on this date and what all the raw materials being taken, how this was procured. So that is the great advantage of blockchain. It can't be hampered at all, and all the information is saved over the time, and anyone can access it, but no one can edit any information. So that is blockchain. Next thing is Internet of Things, IoT. I'm sure many of you have heard about IoT. IoT is all about interrelated computing devices. They can be mechanical or digital. What we say about, this is smartphone, smart homes, smart TVs, smart ACs. So yeah, I'm sure you must have known about the concept of smart home, where the entire uh, home, you can just give the commands and the lights can turn off. You can set the AC that if this temperature goes down, the AC should start working on itself. You can save your messages. You can know what is happening at the other part of the home. So this all happens because of IoT, because of the sensory devices interconnected over internet, and they know on the basis of the commands and programs that you have paid how to do the next action without any human interaction, without many times without even human giving them the command. The entire devices are interconnected in such a way that they know what to do next. So this is what IoT is. Okay, so this is a great resourceful site that is for an online education. I know you have a lot of time at hand during this time when your colleges are mostly online classes and we all are sitting at home. Please make the best use of these sites, educational sites. And I have personally used many of them, say for example, Coursera, Khan Academy, Udemy, W3 Academy. These are great sources to learn different things. And trust me, you get many lectures on whatever topic you want. They are explained so well that you will feel like going back and back to them, because they give you a holistic view, examples, and they're just great. Please, after the lecture, go through the sites. And also, like Coursera and Udemy are great to do online courses also. So during this time, even if you miss out on your internships, please do the online courses. They are credible courses, they are acknowledged in the market. So if you have these courses on your CV that you have completed the basic course of this, fundamentals of this, or say the fundamentals of Java language or Python language from Coursera, and that is on your CV, it makes you credible. Okay, so you have done something outside the box. So please go through these sites. Obviously, this presentation will be shared with you. So go through these sites and find wherever you feel yourself that this UI is more comfortable or these teachers are more comfortable with me. And just spend at least half an hour to 1 hour on a daily basis. It will help you. Okay, so these are sites to learn Excel. These are also tried and tested and great, sites to learn Excel. So Excel, I would tell you, it's a great software on its own. It's not just about spreadsheets. It can do much more than it. Like take for example, splash fill. So like here you can see an example. Here in the column A, there are names with salutation, first name and last name. And in the next column, I'm only taking salutation and the last name. So if I fill the first row, and when I go on the second row, the Excel gives me, the auto suggestions. Okay, so you want this. So it just learns what I have did in the first row and what I'm expecting to do. So this is just a small example. Same if you write, 1, 2, 3, and there is a flash fill cursor at 3, and if you drag it down, how many rows you drag it down, it will just fill it with the series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all you can do with Excel. That's the simplest example. But this solves the most complex things when you are working with spreadsheets and you have, hundreds and thousands of rows to manage. Next is charts. I'm sure you know you can create different charts from Excel. So there are not just one or two, there are 20 different charts which you can create to Excel. And charts are great way to present your information. Even when you give your, technical presentations or something. So if you have done some analysis and you want to present it in a better way where people can understand just by looking at it. So the simple numbers won't help you much as much the charts will help you. So please explore this more, charts in Excel. Second, this is very interesting. See sum if. This here, as you can see, there is a column of product, sales, and category. Now, if I want that for a category like water, what was the total sales? So it's not required, that I just keep on adding those numbers from column B, or I place it a filter at category and then take out all the category listed under water, then take out all the cells and add them. Simply you can use sum if formula, and you can specify the entire, the column width from where you want to take data, then which particular data you want, and what summation you need. The Excel will do it for you. You don't need to, waste a lot of time here. Then one more great Excel implementation is pivot tables. This is also great when you have, a huge amount of data and you want to play with data to understand what exactly the data wants to say when you want to make summaries. So if you have a different like 5, 6 columns and hundreds of rows, you can use pivot tables. So here you can decide what row label you want and how you want your data to be seen. So it's an option in Excel. Here, as you can see, you can choose fields to add to the report. A report will be developed, obviously, and you can also add filters to it, column labels, summation value. Here, the right hand side, bottom page, summation value. So it's like what values you want to add up. You can put it here, and in rows level you can add product, like we can see in this example. So all products are listed and all the sales with respect to those products are listed in columns. So when you have a lot amount of data, you can use this. Similarly, there is VLOOKUP when you want to look for particular columns between two spreadsheets or in the same spreadsheet itself. So these are just few examples what you can do through Excel. And trust me, right now, even if you are not like getting so much use of Excel in your day-to-day terms, Excel and PowerPoint are something you will really need a lot when you start working. And it's more better you start working on the skills, because this will always give you an edge when you have to present your data. So even if you take participate in different competitions and you want to make your presentations before judges or submit them, it's always better to know how to do it well. Instead of waiting for the last minute to learn these things, invest your time right now. And these are really very interesting things, to be honest. Okay, so this is something very important what everyone is talking right now, and we also need to face it here, that what will it look after, COVID-19. This COVID-19 has surely made some irreversible changes in our lifestyles, in the environment, in economy, everywhere. So how to take this ahead? How to understand what to do ahead. The one thing for sure is now, because of the whole pandemic, all countries will want their dependence on other countries to get as less as possible. Everyone will try to do their best at home, and same will do India. So if every country will want to build their critical products at home, this will obviously will increase demand of more employable professionals. So again, the same thing. You need to just wait and invest in yourself for the right time. This situation is almost similar to the situation when internet outbreak happened. When internet came out, and when it started, all computers started replacing people and internet was there, many people were cursing the change. They were like, this is going to take a lot of employment, and what will people do? But on the other hand, if you look in the last years, internet has created way more jobs than it must have taken at that time. It was all a matter of time, and it was all up to the people. You need to reskill and upskill yourself. You can't just blame the situation. So with COVID also, the thing is, as of now, yes, the ground reality is that economy is, like economic slowdown is ahead of us. Many jobs are lost, but this is not going to be there forever. This is just temporary. After this, once the things start getting better, everyone will need more and more good professionals to work in the industry, good engineers to work. Obviously, now many changes will come in different industries, many more new inventions will happen, many more new things will come in the market, and at the end of the day, you need good professionals to work on it, good engineers to work on it. So it's better that you make yourself fit for that time. You start investing in yourself right now itself. The competition would be hard, that is for sure. But if you have invested right in yourself, it will pay at that time. And also with this COVID and whole work from home situation, the best part is now you are not just competing with a small set of people sitting here. So now if you are applying for a job in Bangalore, it's no longer that you are applying for a job in Bangalore. You can now apply for all over India and all over the world. The whole world is your stage because everyone is going to work from home. So there is no, obstacle of going to any physical location. So this has at the same time, opened so many avenues to explore. And same with the IT software industry, more and more softwares are going to launch because more and more people are going to get dependent with work and work from home and online. The whole, you can say, the shopping experience or everything going digital. So more and more jobs will be there for sure. And during the time when you will be about to pass out, I'm sure there will be a whole different world where you will be given due credit and you will be valued. But for that, just don't sit back and relax. More, the point is to invest in yourself, work on yourself, and most of the time, like this quote is here rightly said, opportunities are usually disguised as hard work. So many people don't recognize them. So there are ample amount of opportunities waiting for you. Start working on yourself from today. That's the final word I want to say here.